Hey everyone, I'm Chase with the Basecamp team. Today I've got a fellow Basecamper with me, Dan. He's one of our amazing on-call programmers here, and he's going to show us a little bit about how he uses Basecamp with his wife, his kids, and all that, just to kind of manage the house. So when you think about Basecamp projects, they can be big like work-related stuff, but they can also be like family and home-related stuff. So Dan, can you kind of walk us through how you've got your home project laid out?
Sure. So here's the Basecamp home screen that we have, and I've actually got a few different projects rolling on here, but we'll focus in here on my home project. And basically, the idea is that we've been using Basecamp as a family. Um, I checked it this morning for about 7 years. So we started using Basecamp Classic back in 2007, and so we've been using it for quite a while. And really, we use it just like any other project. There's a lot of to-dos, there's a lot of discussions about stuff and text documents. But the basic idea is that we manage all the things that we have going on. And so, we've got two kids, we've got a dog, we both have work and house stuff to do. So anything that we kind of need to keep track of and get done in our lives and in our at home, we kind of set it up like a project. And so um, that's kind of the basic gist of what we do.
Yeah, so you've got some different to-do lists going on. Can you kind of walk me through what each of those to-do lists is used for, and what in the world are those fun little emojis? How are you using those?
So we kind of we've gone a lot of different directions on this, and this is mostly because of me changing how I think about things a lot. But we've kind of generalized our to-do list into some basic stuff. We've got just like general house errands. We've got grocery lists and things we need to buy. We've got this handy dandy minimize list, which we've been just basically trying to get rid of stuff in our house that we just have a lot of excess stuff you accumulate over time, especially when you have kids. So we've been working on a lot of things. You can see all these other things over here, lists that we've completed and such. We use emoji, these little fun characters, to sort of just give it a little color and fun, and also give us a quick visual indicator of what the list is. So errands, we got this little dude running. Groceries, we got a little orange here, and so over here you can see the little baby for kids and a car for cars. So those are just little visual cues to make it more fun and see what's going on. The other thing we do sometimes is that we use emoji just to kind of block off a list. So it's sort of all in the same minimized list, but we block off sort of different sections within that list to where these things are and what's going on. And then you can see some lists that we just had to like quickly get through. We didn't bother with that, but um, we started off for a while being very specific in our lists and how we named them and stuff. And over time, we just sort of generalized the kinds of things that we needed to do. And so I think we've got about 10 or 12 current lists to get stuff done. And to-do lists are probably the things that we use the most. We do use discussions a bit to sort of track um, decision points, things that are going on, things like the kids' doctor visits or something that happened with one of our cars or something like that. But for the most part, to-dos is where a lot of the action happens for our project.
Yeah, so to-dos are a lot of the action there. Are you using any other aspects of the project like the calendar or text documents or anything like that?
Yep, we pretty much use it all. We're obviously pretty well versed in Basecamp, and so to-dos is a lot of where the action is. Files, obviously, we have a lot of stuff that we upload that are relevant to what we're doing. Here's a bunch of pictures of a watch that I'm selling, which is cool. Here's some bills that we had to pay, a table we're selling. So files are obviously a big part of it. Text documents we use as sort of um, transitional note taking, basically. So before they make it into a message or something that we're just kind of chatting about, we'll just sort of drop a note here until it becomes something more permanent. And even emails, we forward those along. So, I have to, our Dyson got fixed recently, and this is something I wanted to kind of keep track of because it was a product recall, so it was something important. So I want to make sure that we kept that. And it was out of my Gmail. I got a car registration that I have to pay, and so I have everything sort of cross-linked in Basecamp, so I can make sure that I don't have to hop back and forth between Gmail and Basecamp. I can just kind of have all the important stuff in the same place. And then calendar we use too. Calendar, we've got a bunch of stuff. We actually use it for bills. So I'm a big YNAB user, and I have actually this little money calendar, and I just track um, when money's going out and when money's coming in into the household. So we keep some of that just so I have a basic idea, a reminder that week of when money's going to be coming in and out of the house. And then also you can see all of our to-dos. And there's some other side projects here going on that other people are using my Basecamp for, but um, we we use pretty much every aspect of Basecamp for our stuff.
Is it mostly just you working in that project, or is Julie getting involved in those projects too?
Julie's very involved. So I would say that I'm probably more of the driver of stuff. So I create a lot of the to-dos and maybe start a lot of the discussions and things like that. So I guess I'm the driver of a lot of stuff, but she definitely adds to it and assigns me stuff. So I guess we have sort of a mutual honeydew list. She'll assign me stuff, and I'll know that it's something she wants me to get taken care of either by a specific date or just something that needs to get done. And I'll do the same for her. So the bigger point is that we just kind of don't talk a lot about this stuff. As weird as that sounds, we don't sort of sit around the dinner table and talk about things that need to get done. We just get it done in Basecamp. She's in front of a computer for most of her day at work, so am I, obviously. And so just being able to do this stuff in front of a computer, and then when we get home, and like when we're with the kids, we don't have to talk about like, do we need groceries or what's going on with a bill we have to pay. We just it gets taken care of, and we don't have to talk about that stuff. And then the time we do have together, the couple hours or few hours we have together after work, we're just hanging out or we're hanging out with the kids. So I see it always as sort of this way to offset life's work sort of into a project where it's just you just have to get it done, right? It's not like the most interesting stuff. I just have to get it done. We put it aside, and then we're actually together. We can kind of have, do more fun stuff, basically.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing your Basecamp project with us.
No problem.